Rrq loses out on the first pick, they usually lose. So this is going to be very interesting.
Yes, it will be very interesting indeed, as it will be the Esmeralda ban here coming into play from the side of Onic Esports. So still very similar bans here aside from the Aldos. So looking at the third and last ban coming in from Rrq Hoshi, I'm wondering who will it be? Will it be a Kaja ban maybe coming into play? Or someone else here, Arashi?
The Kaja ban perhaps, but again, maybe they will respect the Sicilian yet again, because again, there's a lot of crowd control coming out, but it will be the Yi Sun-shin again. I keep saying again, but the Yi Sun-shin has been a very good tool for Onic Esports to try and gauge info, you know, find tempo, see the rotations coming out from Rrq Hoshi and predict their movement. So denying that again, you know, and just accentuates the ability of Rrq Hoshi to catch the members of Onic Esports off guard in those deep jungle rotations. But now, after the Paquito has been locked in by Onic Esports, we have to see what is the first two picks coming out from Rrq Hoshi.
Yi Sun-shin, Aldous, and Hayabusa, like you said, Onic Esports pick up that Paquito that can be flexed into the jungle as well. Rrq Hoshi with the Lancelot open. Will they look for this again here in the first phase? It is going to be very risky, but if it works, it works. You know, Rrq now. Karina is also still open. There's a lot of heroes opened up. I think Farsa is going to be first picked here, but no, Matilda and Uranus. Ooh. Matilda and the Uranus. So leaving that Farsa to be picked up by Onic Esports. Is it going to be worth it here? I don't know, man. Very risky for the side of Rrq, because remember, every time that Farsa was picked by the other side, they have lost.
The Sicilian is still available for Onic to pick up as well here, so it's looking quite sketchy, but we have to see. I mean, R7 being that wall, that unkillable wall, just walking into the controlled zones of Onic Esports has been critical in them actually muscling away, control away from the side of Onic Esports. So we'll have to see what kind of pick maybe the Onic Esports want to take to try and deal with this Uranus.
Yeah, I mean, the Selena has been banned in all 5 games. So maybe in the 6th game, might we see this coming through at some stage? But yes, it will be the Farsa as well as the Ruby ban coming into play here for Onic Esports. So, I don't know. The last time that we've seen the Matilda come into play, get into a Ruby, I'm offended. It wasn't looking too good, and the person who had that actually took the loss. So this actually might be very scary for Rrq Hoshi right now, as we're gonna take a look at the last pick here for Rrq. Who will it be? Will they actually secure someone maybe for Albert right now?
Right, and I mean, at this point, Onic Esports has already secured the Ruby as well, a countermeasure for all these mobility assassins. The Karina, again, as you mentioned, is still up, and with how aggressive Rrq Hoshi wants to play, it is still a good option, but no, instantly the Lancelot again. But now, with Paquito, with Farsa in the mix, and with that Ruby that can just disrupt the smooth combos coming out of Albert, we have to see if they can replicate the same kind of success they had in the previous game.
This is going to be huge right now. Lancelot picked up a comfort pick already for Albert, as that is basically going to deny Onic Esports 4 jungle bans right now, picking up that jungler in the third pick in the first phase. Rrq Hoshi now looking to ban in that second phase. What are they going to ban right here with the Yi Sun-shin already banned away? They are going to pick up the Selena, taking it away from Keyboy. Onic Esports will most probably respond with also a mage ban, perhaps towards the Lunox right now. Just trying to maybe push Clay to use something he's not comfortable with. But a hero that we have seen from Clay a lot back in Season 7 that we haven't seen a lot here in Season 8 is Loi.
Oh.
And against a dive-in comp, the Loi can provide very critical crowd control, and in combination with the Ruby, that is a dangerous combination. You know, the passive from Loi, the I'm offended, the further airstrike and the knockout strike coming in from Onic Esports. We've seen them play with this counter-engage style, and it worked very well for them the last time. But speaking of the Selena ban, I just realized that is also a tool that people can use very reliably to try and get info as well as vision on the map, and maybe that is why they've been constantly banning it out. But the Lilia now denied from the side of Onic Esports, denying the AoE possibility as well as the safety from the pick-off potential coming in from Onic Esports.
Yeah, for sure.
What is going on right now? Lilia has been banned away from the side of Onic Esports, limiting the heroes of Clay here in the second phase. It is most probably going to be the Lunox ban coming in as the last ban for Onic Esports. Rrq Hoshi with their last ban as well. What is it going to be?
It might be, again, banning out for more crowd control, or maybe perhaps they'll ban out the Hylas again, because without that really strong front line coming out from Boots, it was really tough for Onic to actually go and scout. But no, it's going to be the Jawhead. So denying the possibility that, Keyboy will play that and, flex the Ruby to a different lane. Very interesting pick, because again, the crowd control perhaps is a bit worrying for Rrq with their current team composition. But now the final ban will be the Kaja. So now we have to see what Vin picks up in, to try and get that reliable engage we've been talking about. Will he go for something like a Kufra?
Yeah, Rrq Hoshi now. With the Kaja ban as well on Onic Esports, that's going to be a really good ban. Rrq banning away the Jawhead and now first picking a hero. What is it going to be? The Matilda has been picked up, so they have a roamer. What they need now is a mage. Is it going to be the Loyi or perhaps the Lunox pick for the side of Rrq? It is going to be the Chang'e. So something very different. We haven't seen this Chang'e at all played by Clay here in MPL Season 8. So a very interesting pick for the side of Rrq Hoshi. But now Onic Esports with the response. They want to go for a full dive style of composition against Rrq Hoshi. Do they want to go for something like maybe even the front to back? If they want to go for Nathan right now, I wouldn't blame them. It's actually a really good pick. They already have 2 physical damage dealers as well. Onic Esports, Pharsa, Nathan is going to work. If they want to go for something else, perhaps against Rrq.
The Nathan will give a lot of crowd control, and the cover coming from the Ruby might just be enough to deny it. But again, we're talking about Albert's Lancelot here, so maybe that is a risk that Onic Esports do not want to take. I think they would want to go for, again, a very strong, I don't know, some utility for sure, some engage denial. Whoa, it's gonna be the Khalid. So now a bunch of crowd control as well as sustainability in the lane to go against the possible lane bullies that Rrq Hoshi will pick up. It might really not work in their favor, but it is a very good AoE stun coming in from the ultimate, the Raging Storm. So the Brody also locked in. I'm not sure if Onic Esports has enough DPS to actually match Rrq Hoshi at that department.
Man, I expected the Phobias to be picked up against a Lancelot. It's really good, but I'm really confused onto why they went for the Khalid right now in Rrq. They're gonna simply pick up the Clint again, and the range, Clint is gonna be able to bully Brody here in the gold lane, and I think, again, I will have to side with Rrq Hoshi here in game number 6, Arashi.
I think I have to agree as well. They do have a lot more options. They do have Albert on the comfort pick, and again, they can just do a lot of different things, and it will be on the side of Onic to try and see if they can actually play for their actual one-dimensional win condition, because I feel like they are going back to their initial plan of playing passive, but the issue is they do not have that late-game damage threat. They have a Brody, right, who isn't nearly as strong as a Nathan. We spoke about how the Nathan would probably make sense, but again, it's going to be a Brody against a very strong assassin as well, so we'll have to see whether or not they can actually make that work. I think, again, Rrq just have a lot more options, and scaling to the late game will have the advantage.
Okay, but ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the 6th game here in the series. What is it going to be? We will see what happens here. It is going to be Onic Esports in match point, so all they need is one more game here to end the series to get the victory, or will it be Rrq forcing a 7th game here? It is going to be Rrq, or they pushing the pace in the early game. Dreon using Brody in the mid lane, so trying to dodge away from that Clint in the gold lane. I think it's a smart move going for the lane swap.
Well, we have to see, because again, we see R7 now in a really tough matchup with Boots. Again, Khalid is a very strong laner, so he can actually be a bit aggressive. Keyboy now making a very aggressive play onto Sin, but Vin is here for the backup. The play shot comes out, but I think it won't result in any big play, and as we saw that, R7 again taking it very low.
One thing we do need to talk about here, the Khalid pick, I personally don't like it, but it is very, very dominant in the early stages of the game. Alright, but that's where I need to clarify. Early stages of the game. Once we get into the mid stages, he falls off. Once he gets to the late game, completely, basically irrelevant right there, especially against someone like the Uranus.
And so far, the games has been, hasn't been very swift, so I'm not sure if banking on winning in the early game is a very good option, considering you have a marksman as well, no assassins on your team, you have a Pharsa that also wants to scale kind of, and a Ruby.
Yeah, look at that. Albert gonna go in for the Phantom Execution to the backside. Will be able to connect, but the Puncture will not be able to get into that backside. Albert doesn't want to overcommit right there, as it is just gonna be the gold buff taken away. 15 seconds for the Turtle right now, and we are just gonna be moments away, but R7 is gonna get ganked, and that's gonna be Sans picking up a kill with the help of Khalid in that bottom side. Sans on this Paquito so far today has 100% win rate in Rashi.
On here, this is going to be the Chang'e actually in the mid lane though, so not scaling as fast as you would think in the previous games, but we'll have to see. And with the Paquito pick, Sans already making a lot of plays, and with that pick off, maybe they'll try and make a big contest onto they'll make a big contest onto this Turtle.
Yeah, Boots already dealing some damage, zoning Vin away from the Turtle. Onic Esports will look to take this, and there's no contest whatsoever. It is going to be Rrq Hoshi back up. Oh my god! Wow. The damage. This is what you want from the Khalid, alright? Personally, again, I don't like this Khalid pick, but if they are able to use this Khalid pick to get those early snowballs, already 1-0 and 1 right now, it is going to be huge. But for the airstrike being popped, dodging not everyone. He actually got hit by 2, but Clay comes into the top side. Now, Meteor Shower is ready, and the damage is going to be ready right there. Wings by Wings to secure the escape. As Brian goes in for the flicker stun, and that's going to be torn apart. Memory taking Xin down. Onic Esports want to end the game. They want to end the series 4-2, but Rrq, will they give it away?
Onic Esports really ferocious here in the game of the 6th game of this season, as we're going to take a look at 4 minutes in. Almost 4 minutes in. And it seems like Onic Esports is actually leading in a 1k gold right now. So really good positioning and really good situation right now. But look at that. Sans getting very aggressive onto Clay, will chunk him down to half health, but still will be able to get out of there with her Meteor Shower. So very interesting to see, as it seems like Onic Esports, they're looking for another pickoff, maybe putting a lot of pressure now onto Albert.
We have to see what kind of pressure they can exert on Albert on that very dominant pick on that Lancelot, because he can, again, outplay so well with the smooth combos that we've seen in the previous game.
Yeah, now it is going to be the very... honestly.
Yeah.
Very hard, honestly, for both teams. Again, Onic Esports, they need to be able to win as fast as possible. If not, it is going to be actually the outscale coming from Rrq Hoshi. They have the better late game here in this game. They can use it to, basically just
take control of the game and actually go all the way.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
100%. So these next few minutes, these next few seconds actually will be very imperative to how it will lead out, because the Turtle has already spawned now in the Land of Dawn. So both teams seem to be rotating towards that area, getting very aggressive. Look at the movement coming in from Sans, getting aggressive, even onto R7. The damage! The damage is so good, as I've been a disconnect onto 3 people. Now Keyboy looking for a different engage, but will not be able to do anything, as the Meteor Shower does come into clutch from Clay. But now the Turtle seems to be going to fall into the hands of Sans right now. So another objective on the board for Onic Esports.
Yeah, another objective on the board for the side of Onic Esports right now is Rrq Hoshi. They're just completely giving it away. They want to play and scale, right? This is what I said. Just don't go for the unnecessary team fights. Just go for farm. Just go for minion waves and scale to that late game where you actually get the victory. Onic Esports, though, they want to force some fights. They want to take control in the early game, because if they don't, they are going to get outscaled again. Lancelot will be able to dash over the wall, but Sans picks up that damage, picks up that creep in the jungle, and it is going to be Rrq Hoshi with a 1,000 gold deficit.
Yeah, I mean, it's very evident now coming in from Onic Esports. It looks like they're always looking for an engage, and it makes sense, right? Like what Mirko mentioned, the composition coming in from Onic Esports, they really need to run it down now in the very few seconds, very few minutes here, as it seems like Boots now will be caught in a 2v1 situation, but will be able to retreat even with the help of R7 as well as that Chang'e. But here on the flip side, Onic Keyboy here will be able to help Farsa get another objective on that bottom side. And what will Clint be able to do? But oh no! Drian, you have to be careful. Actually, I'm a better connects onto Albert. Albert will be able to outplay it. And it's actually Onic Esports losing the trade there, with Keyboy being the casualty.
Yeah, honestly, not that bad, honestly, because it was either Keyboy or Drian, and I think it would have been much better to get Keyboy out. But look at Albert going for Phantom Execution, actually reads Sans' movement into his own jungle, and now is able to get away. But it is still Rrq 1,000 gold deficit.
And despite the aggressive moves coming from Onic Esports, Albert is still farming really well. He's still on par with Suns, and I'm not sure if that is a good sign for Onic Esports. As you mentioned, the skating game really favors them. And oh, the ultimate miss from Boots. We'll see if he gets punished for this.
Oh, he's gonna get punished right now. Phantom Execution being used to the backside. Boots again, still able to heal around, but the damage comes in, and that's gonna be a lot of burst put in onto Boots, and there you go. It is gonna be Albert picking up the kill, and Boots shut down in that top side, whereas Drian goes in for the torn apart memory to clear waves in the mid lane. It is gonna be them picking back the pressure here and maybe taking a third turtle of the game, but Rrq, they don't want to give it as easy as that. They will try to contest it in the mid lane. Unfortunately, on Esports, we're just better positioned for that, and Rrq will just look for the trade on top side.
Honestly, very, very good and a lot of time bought from the side of Boots, being able to actually put and take 3 members from the side of Rrq Hoshi to focus onto him, putting a lot of pressure as well as damage onto him, and that will be another objective on the board for Onic Esports. But even with 3 turtles in their pocket, it seems like the gold isn't too far different. So really, really weird here coming in, and I want to know why this is, Arashi.
Well, again, just getting the turtles isn't enough. You need to see what you can get with that advantage as well. So maybe that in that department, that is why it's not really as apparent as you would think. But as you can see now, I think there's still a lot of plays coming in from the side of Onic Esports. Whoa!
Yeah, torn apart memory used right there, but it's actually Sans picking up the kill, as now the meteor shower will come into the mid lane, able to clear the ways, but Boots is going to go on to Zin. So much damage being placed, the mobility will be able to connect, and that's going to be the Raging Storm to get Boots out as Rrq now. Still, 1,000 gold deficit, but Onic Esports have certainly gotten the pace, gotten the pressure on the map to be able to push that bottom side, and the inner turret will fall.
Yeah, the inner turret will fall as 3 members are actually putting their focus, but look at the mirror engage coming in from Rrq Hoshi as well. They aren't going to stand idly by looking at all their objectives getting taken away from them, as it will be a lot of pressure there in the mid lane. But look at the airstrike does come into play. We'll be able to put so much damage, so much burst onto the members of Rrq Hoshi, and now they are forced to retreat in a very awkward positioning. Sans looking for an opening, will not be able to find anyone just yet. So still very, very disciplined plays coming in from Sans as well, even though he has the upper hand.
Very great preemptive flash, preemptive flicker by Zin, respecting the potential for Sans to instantly make that big play, knowing that he needs to scale, as Mirko keeps mentioning. As long as they actually don't get taken out of this game too early, they will eventually gain the upper hand in this particular fight. Looking now at the items, the Ice Queen 1 already done for Clay, leaving giving a lot more disengage potential, but turret will be taken, and with that advantage, you see Drian with the BOD already, and with the Brute Force Breastplate allowing him to sustain a bit more damage from Albert as well. Sans, on the other hand, with the Bloodlust Axe, can actually make very aggressive plays, and I think that's exactly what he's aiming for.
Phantomization to the backside. Drian's gonna be bursted down. Albert, what a play right there. But Boots now going for a re-engage all the way to the backside. Still able to have the Raging Storm is available for him. But look at that. It's gonna be Circle Eagle all the way there. It's gonna be Albert picking up the kill again onto Keyboy, doing so much damage. Now it's gonna be Sans joining the team fight. Albert will be able to pick up the kill with the help of TW. I mean, with the help of Clay. Albert just keeps on going. Look at the puncture play. Phantomization to the front side, doing some damage to TW. Will be able to bring him back to the turret, and TW will be able to get the kill with a feather airstrike. That is Albert taken down, a little bit too aggressive on their side. Again, what they need to do is just get the equal trades, but in turn it is a 3-for-1.
Yes, 3-for-2 actually, because now that oh my god, Keyboy with that I'm Offended went into clutch, being able to take Albert across the board. That is what they need to do right now, making sure that Albert can't make his crazy plays on this Lancelot. But look at this, I'm Offended does connect again, and it will be R7 actually taken down, and it will be the Lord in the hands of Onic Esports as well, as it seems like they want to look for more. Clay caught in a bad situation for 5v1. What can Clay do at the stage? Sans going very aggressively, but it actually will be Sans taken down. So a trade there. Really, really well played for Rrq Hoshi, being able to take Sans down, even though the Lord is actually already on its way.
Man, oh man, Sans gets taken down, and that was actually a shutdown kill onto Clay. That's not what you want to see, man. Again, Keyboy going in for the engage, but the airstrike will be popped right there. That's a lot, actually, of resources spent for nothing. I'm afraid to use, but only to the room, whereas Zin will be able to out-kite, will be able to out-damage them, but Boots also a little bit of an over-positioning, maybe.
That was a very aggressive play, considering that the Feather Airstrike was down, and now Boots going in versus 2 people. Wow.
wait a minute, he went in for 2 people. Rrq didn't realize that there were no members there to follow it up, and they, played it safe. They didn't want to go for any crazy engages. Boots now going in for that health regen. Has still the power spike for now. R7 hasn't gotten that item power spike just yet, and Boots will still be able to control in the lane. But wait a minute, just as I say that, Albert has rotated in front of execution. That's gonna be Boots taken down for sure. Stun connects, but R7 will pick up the kill. What a brilliant play by Albert right there. Did you see the gap closer? Oh my god.
It almost predicts the movement coming in from Boots in that situation.
Yep, brilliant play, but honestly very, very slow pace coming in from Onic Esports, knowing that they had so much time actually to respond to that situation. But now look at Rrq. They look like they want to invade right now, but no, they are still actually waiting in the bush, waiting for the proper initiation, waiting for the right moment to maybe pick off someone right now. It is Clay opening up the map, positioning himself in a way that maybe his meteor shower might have an effect, but it seems like Sans will actually be able to burst Albert down to half health. And in this situation, he has to retreat, but be very, very careful here. Meteor shower does open up, and P-Boy takes 0 damage with his ability to regen that HP, and very, very unfortunate for the side of Rrq bursting another ultimate. But look at this, Keyboy is actually the brunt of all that damage coming in from Rrq, and both teams are playing it very, very safely.
Yeah, very safely, but if that airstrike has been popped, Clay going in front of Execution will be able to pick up a kill onto Keyboys. The meteor shower will be able to connect on the side. That's going to be a lot of damage taken away, and Raging Storm now to get away. R7 going in for the re-engage all the way to boost. The damage will be able to out-damage the sustain there, and there you go. Driad goes in for the clear into the mid lane, but the Phantom Execution will connect the Thorn Rose to pick up the kill, and that's 4 for the price of none. R7 will be picked up finally, 4 for 1, as Rrq takes the winning fight and takes the mid lane turret. Now Albert takes the orange buff, going to go in for the puncture, and CW absolutely destroyed the shutdown, and Rrq might take it to game 7.
This is not looking good for Onic Esports at all. And CW honestly didn't have to die there. I'm not really sure what he was aiming to do. He did get 1 pickoff, but I think that was enough. A little too greedy in the hands of Onic Esports, as it will be Rrq Jaya. Hashtag Viva Rrq right now in the hashtag battle. Onic Esports fans, we need your help. They need your help. Please don't forget to spam that hashtag GoOnic to support your team, as now Clay will be opening up Meteor Shower just to clear the lanes there in the mid side. And wow, what a game as we take a look at the items in the 14th minute.
Clay only requiring 1 more item to have a full item build with the Genius one as well, penetrating through the magic defense. And look at CW getting chunked out. He himself has a very respectable amount of damage with the Clock of Destiny and Lightning Truncheon. He has a Holy Crystal and the Divine Glaive as well. But the issue is the front line of Rrq Hoshi is R7 with the Oracle as well as a Dominance Ice, so he's just so tanky in the front, and behind him you see Clint with almost a full inventory, 2 more items left to go, and Albert I think in the same situation as well. So as we mentioned, if they can skill to the late game, they have a better potential of winning. R7 split pushes here to try and get pressure away from the Lord so that his team can make these big plays, and I think it's going to work out. People are going to actually have to, they're going to have to need to go down and stop R7 from pushing like this.
Yeah, the comment section is going crazy right now with hashtag GoOnic and hashtag Viva Rrq. So go ahead and spam it again for the hashtag battle, ladies and gentlemen, because the battle does not end here. If Rrq are able to get this game, it is going to be us going to game number 7, all the way to 7 games here. But Finn going in for the Circle Eagle all the way to the backside. Sounds going to be the target. Meteor Shower will be able to connect, but it's going to be R7 zoning away all the members from the side of Onic. And look at that! Sin will be able to deal some damage. Keyboy forced to back away. Sans goes in for the knockout strike, but R7 picks up a kill on the Keyboy. Sans is next on the chopping block, and certainly enough, it's going to be him taken down. R7 chasing him down with the consecration, going over the damage as well. Clay will be able to pick up that kill, but nope, Sans just buys a little bit more time. The disrespect! My goodness, Rrq are ruthless here in game number 6. They won a game number 7 with a 6,000 goal lead already. R7 will just tank up the turrets as he cuts the lanes. Enhanced Lord spawning in the mid side. That was actually, sure, disrespect, but they're actually just getting a lot of time, wasting a lot of time. Getting Sans dead, like killing Sans right before the Lord comes in was brilliant. Not just disrespect, but also just a very 5-head play with an enhanced Lord coming into the mid lane. It is going to be very hard for Onic Esports to try to defend right now. The meter shot coming in, CW gets completely demolished, and that's going to be it. Ladies and gentlemen, Raging Storm! Oh my god! Almost gets in, but Albert! What was that, man? Beautiful plays from the baby alien to take in a game 7.
Taking it to game number 7, guys. We have a series on our hands. Rrq Hoshi finally showing their teeth, finally showing their fangs, and now it is going to be match point. Will it be Onic Esports bringing it as the grand final champions, or will it be